Hello again, and thanks for joining me for another look at a few of my bootleg vinyl records, coloured vinyls, multicoloured vinyls. Trying to cover all the different periods. Sold a lot of my collection off a few years ago, so this is what's left. Decided I'd do these videos to try and, well, make some sort of record of them in the first instance, but hopefully it shows a good variety of bootlegs and a bit of historical value maybe, I don't know, but most of what I've got now is multicoloured vinyls, but I've got a lot of black vinyls in terms of Yes and Genesis specifically. And if the odd black vinyl LP comes my way that's appealing for other reasons, I might just pick it up. As I said before, what I'm going to do is showcase or highlight one of the LPs that I particularly like in my collection, not necessarily because it's worth a lot of money or that it's rare, just because it's something that I remember getting, and you get a sort of emotionally attached to some of these things, and you think, well, I'm never going to sell that, whatever happens, and you know, from collectors all over, I think we have that sort of attachment to certain of our albums. So just before we start, just explain what I've got on the back here. So I thought I'd do a little Genesis display today. As far as I'm aware, these are the only 3 titles that the Reincarnated Swinging Pig label did of Genesis. I don't think there was... Oh yes, I've got the Nebworth. Yeah, the Nebworth was an early original Swinging Pig title, which I think I've shown you in a previous video. So what we've got here, these are all multicoloured vinyls, or marbled vinyls at least. We've got the Lamb Lies Down on Broadway demos, part 1, same thing part 2, and then this is from 1977. I've got to remind myself, it's not Earl's Court, it is Zurich, July 77. So they're single albums, all limited to about 300. And we'll have a look at the vinyls at some stage when I do some Genesis features. And I thought I'd stick this up here. It's quite a recent title on I think the Vern label. They only do black vinyl, unfortunately, but their covers are quite superb, and it's from Rainbow 73, double album, but that just shows you how good a cover can be on a bootleg. Quite simple, just a classic photograph, Gabriel suspended in the air, pin sharp in terms of the enlargement, beautiful colours, and then you've got the Genesis logo, an attractive font on the text, and you've got some pictures on the back. But that's how it should be done in my view. So many of the stuff, the records that are coming out at the moment, I noticed there's a new Genesis from Rochester 74 soundboard, 75 sorry, soundboard, and they're doing it in 2 volumes, 2 double albums. First question is, why do that? Because I'm sure it would fit on probably 1 triple. But they're using exactly the same cover, and it's a fairly monochrome affair. It's a nice picture of Gable in his Slipperman costume, but I'll show it to you because it's on order. But you know, the bootleggers who've got an interest in pleasing the fans know what the fans want. That's an appealing aesthetic item, isn't it? Anyway, enough about that. The thing, right. So this is a record, one of the earliest multicolour vinyls that I bought, splatter vinyls. I remember, I think I was at a record fair in about, probably about 1981, and I was just really starting my collection of bootlegs at that stage. I got one Yes splatter, and I got quite a few other coloured vinyls. But the guy who sold me this, it was sealed at the time. I don't think he knew that it was coloured vinyl. So I got it for a pretty good price. And it's the Roxy Music Boston 75, which I had on the back previously. So it's a pretty awful quality recording, to be honest. So the interest doesn't lie in the listening to it, although I did play it. I think at the time I was quite intrigued by the fact that they go to the trouble of doing such a beautiful thing with a recording that was quite poor. And I used to think that this was one of the appeals in a way to some of the early bootlegs, that they didn't really care about the sound. They were just getting stuff out. Now obviously we can look back now and think, well, you want the sound to be good, and if it's not, I suppose it affects its value. This isn't a necessarily expensive album. Probably get it for £100 tops these days. I don't know, maybe a bit more than that. But to me, it's just a beautiful early example of a bootleg. It came out in about 76, 77 maybe. It's on the Wizardo label. It's in the 300 series, WRMB 344 is the catalogue number for it. It's a double album. It's got 2 tracks, bonus tracks from Brian Eno from a gig in London that he'd done, which again are pretty poor quality. And I don't think it's the complete show. I think there are better tapes from the show than this one. It's not horrendous quality. It's just not brilliant. It's called Bittersweet. So it's basically just an insert, which obviously has never been out of its shrink. So I'll just show you the vinyls. So the labels are hand designed, which Wizardo did. From a little bit I've read, he liked his wacky backy did Johnny Wizardo, or whatever else they were taking at the time, and he used to design these labels when he was in a, shall we say, a confused state. But they're quite funny. This one's called Old Glory Records. It's got 2 cartoon characters, snarling faces, and it says famous US marches and no rock and roll. Produced by Codger Jones, USMC retired. And it says around the edge, all you hippie types had better not copy this fine LP. I'll have your ass. Do you hear me? So you can imagine they were having fun when they were designing these labels. It's the same on each record. So the first record then, or I don't know whether it's the first or the second one to be honest. Yeah, this is side A and B. There's lovely blue splatter. Is that blue? No. So it's red with the blue, yellow and white splatter on it. When you collecting that sort of thing, which I am these days. Wonderful to behold. It's the other disc, which is the blue one. Same labels. Again, a fine splatter with red, white, dark, different shades of blue. Really nice. And again, you know, they take the decision, we'll do one in red and one in white, and one in red and one in blue. I think I'm on the wacky backy this morning. Because it's more appealing than having two the same, isn't it? Be easier to do two the same, but so as I say, not massively valuable item, but and I don't have any other Roxy bootlegs anymore. I had a few, which I sold all the black vinyl ones, but I'm going to keep that probably for a long time yet. And so that's Roxy Music, Bittersweet. Okay, so the main thing I'm focusing on this morning is David Bowie, Pigs on the Groove. I've shown you the ones that I've got of the Floyd. They did one Stones one, or at least I've got one Stones one. Don't think they did any more than that. I'll show you that on another time. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, there are 6 Bowie titles, and I'll try and see if I can show you these to you, because being Pigs on the Groove, it's a question of the cover as much as anything else. I'm not sure whether I've got these in the right order or not either. So anyway, the first one I've got is called You've Got to Have a Job. It's live at the Pavilion, Hemel Hempstead, UK, May 72. You've got little Pigs on the Groove sticker there, half in blue and half in orange, which should be the colours of the vinyls inside. And then on the reverse, a great cover. This is number 139 of 300 made, and I think it's 2016 this one came out. It's got a number there, I can't quite read the number, so these may be out of order. It's like Pigs on the Groove 39 is the number. So dispense with the cover. So I think on this one we've got a flap that does that. Let's see that, okay. Inside, another super glossy poster. I'm going to be huge, and it's quite frightening in a way. That's the quote they've used on the poster. So the discs, we've got plain inners, Pigs on the Groove labels, one's nice deep yellow translucent, Yeah. And it's got blue and orange on the front, so it's orangey yellow, I suppose. The covers are printed on really good quality card. This is all the information about the show. Really nice information. So that's You Got to Have a Job. Next one is David Bowie and John Hutchinson, My Secret Memories, the Space Oddity demos from 69. This was a single album. So it's picks on the group 40 is the number on the side there. Mine is 129 of 300 made. Great photo on the back. And the sticker is just a yellow one. It says limited unreleased, the original source tapes, unreleased edition remastered from the original source tapes. And this is on really interesting, almost vinyl textured material. So we've got a flap that comes up. Information at the top. Inside that we've got three info sheets. And these again are in this hard plastic vinyl material. Photos from the sessions. And then really nice information about the recordings. Again, after this came out, there are numerous repressings of this tape. So this vinyl is yellow with a bit of marbling in it. It's got some yellow and white flashes. Absolute deluxe top quality product. Okay, so the next one I've got is Neon Permafrost Second Strike. This is from Oslo 78, double album. It's on the groove 43 is the number of this. Mine is number 233 of 400 they made of this title. The sticker there suggests it's red and orange, or perhaps it's going to be red and yellow again. And this again is made from the hard plastic textured material. So this time we've got two flaps which fold out to show that. Make sure I've got everything out of this flap. Okay, so that's the inner. So it's just a black and white photocopied sheet. I think that might be a cover of a very rare earlier pressing of this record, I'm not sure. And then we've got a replica of a wraparound design. Same title. So the vinyls, first one, it's orange and black marble. Again, the heavy pressings these, I would say the 180 gram. And the other one's a nice sort of pinky red with some marbling effects within it. So really nice vinyls on this one. I've got a feeling, I haven't had a look at these for ages, but this was a really rare recording. So I think that was an earlier pressing. Of a really rare bootleg, so they brought it out in really nice deluxe format. Okay, next up we've got Odisea Espacial a Madrid. Another double album. So the source is Madrid 1990, Sound and Vision Tour. Number 196 of 300 made of this one. Picks on the Groove 44, catalogue number. Purple sticker on this one. So this is glossy cardstock cover. So I've got to be careful with this one because it's a flap that sticks into a little triangle. So that goes up, then goes down. And remove the contents. So that becomes that. Fantastic photograph. And then inside we've got a dual printed poster card, really. And then information about the show, which is all in Spanish. Which I haven't translated because that wasn't in the contract. The first album here is beautiful, heavy purple marble. So it's really attractive. It's purple with white, black, pink marbling in it. Really nice. The same on the other one. Okay, so that's what you get in that one. Madrid. Okay, next one up is from the Victoria Hall Archives. The double album. Sticker says yellow and grey. This is also Pigs on the Groove 44, so I don't know what they've done with the numbering, but the cock's up there. So it's from Victoria Hall, Hanley, Staffordshire, which is near Stoke-on-Trent in the UK. 29th of May 73. Really nice double album. It looks pretty much the whole show over two albums. It's worth saying that the thickness of the material, the card, is incredible. So we've got this is a la the Floyds. There's a few Floyds like this. You have a flap coming up, a flap going down. We've got a swing out there. Swing out there. How amazing is that? So there's a poster with this one. Shot backstage. the vinyls. This is really nice grey multicolour splatter marbling. Not sure where that's coming out. We've got blues, reds, whites. Really gorgeous. Purple label. So if you see grey on the sticker, you don't have to worry that it's going to be plain grey. And this is one of my favourites. Deep yellow, opaque, with multicolour. Tutti Frutti, I would call that. Tutti Frutti ice cream. So, truly spectacular vinyls on this release. I think they do vary, and if the sticker's got different colours on the sticker, then you're going to get different colours on your vinyls. But, that back properly later. Hang on a second. I better not do that. Okay, and then the last one is the Wild-Eyed Boy Rehearsals. Lewisham, London, May '73. Rehearsal tracks, which have been out in other forms. Sticker says kind of mustard and blue. Pigs on the Groove 48. Came out in 2019. This is number 160 of 400 made. So, I may be wrong, but I think this is possibly the last Bowie one they did. They've done other artists, Iron Maiden and stuff like that. So beautiful heavy glossy sleeve again. This time we're back to the flap. I mean, those photographs, the quality of the printing is just amazing. So inside here we've got, again, we've got 3 heavy glossy card, they're kind of postcards. Postcards on the back. So 3 of those. And the vinyls. So we've got a blue one, which is opaque with a little bit of marbling on it. Marbles sort of brown and a bit of white. The other one, right, so it's actually not mustard, it's kind of a greeny gold, I would say, and it's got the swirl on it that you get with the gold. Really nice swirl. Well, some other colours splattered into that as well. So as I say, each one is going to vary slightly, and if you've got a different sticker it'll be different colours. Really nice pressings, beautifully presented thing. Okay, so a bit of a longer one this time. Hope you've enjoyed that. They're fantastic things that puts on the groove. If you get a chance to get one, go for it. They shouldn't be massively expensive, but I'd certainly recommend, as a Bowie collector, that those should be in your collection. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again